Hello, everybody. My name is Ponce, and welcome to another episode of Vast Cuisine Stalker Appreciation. Today, we're going to be doing the furnishing of this Bob's Burgers type apartment building. The reason why I call it that is because, like in Bob's Burgers, they're getting the whole thing. They're getting the apartment, they're getting the store, as well as the basement. And so we have an older building. I did this I think it was like 2 years ago. So a little bit on the older side. I did this listening to what was that song called with Alistair and Vox? What was that song called? Oh, Stay Gone. I was listening to that while I did this one, like 24/7, and I've been listening to the song a little, so it kind of got me the inspiration to come back and do the furnishing of this building. And so like I said, I kind of based this off of the that Bob's Burgers aesthetic with the residential on top of the store, as well as Russian Doll, because in Russian Doll I like the fact that when they situated the bodega, that they had that little lip where the counter people is kind of like taller than the rest of the other people. So that's kind of what's going on behind the counter over there. And I also it's a very wide alleyway, so I decided to add this garage right here. It's just a simple template of a garage. I've had this one done for a minute, and I decided to just dupe it back behind the building just to fill in the space. Which I'll do once I do the yellow building next door, which I might turn that into a restaurant, but let's see. So first we're gonna start off with the apartment. Now, being like an old school, kind of bit of a bachelor pad aesthetic, I kind of felt like I wanted to do a bright yellow offset to the beige and the browns throughout the apartment. So we did a bright yellow living room, and then we went back to the brown for the entryway, as well as the dining room, which I found out that I didn't even need a block underneath those like fabric stuff, the snow coverings. I just need something to put the block on top of. And I kind of got the idea of doing those little baby gates at the foot of the stairs, which we do end up keeping, but later on I do mess with the design a bit because that one really wasn't working the way I wanted it to. Here's bedroom number one, which is most likely the parents' bedroom. Here we have a bit of a creative room. We have the couch. We have a little seating area where you can where you can have fun with your friends. Basically, it's like a talking corner. It's like a talking corner, and then I decided to do some funky looking wallpaper behind it. If you know, you know, but I'm not gonna say anything. Over here, I decided to do a wall, ceiling to floor, a floor to ceiling, size canvas, as well as adding a little like statue that they're doing. And here we are. Well, there's the statue right there. I don't know why I decided to put it on, but it's okay. And here we are updating the cabinets in the kitchen. And here's the kids' bedroom. I wanted to do like side by side, but then I thought I never really did a bunk bed before, so we're gonna do that today. And I decided to do those like steep staircases that they have for bunk beds because they just want to see the children suffer, as well as situating a nice little corner desk in the corner. There's a pull chain lamp because the parents just couldn't be bothered putting in the switch. And here we are updating the baby gates and making them actually functional. Here we are just stocking the shelves in the store. I felt like the store really didn't need much work, so we just decided to do that. Putting the candy, and then just adding some cigarettes or whatever behind the cashier spot. In the basement, I decided to do some extra shelving, extra, you know, storage space, as well as create a thing of boards in case they need to do some new shelves. Here's employees only. Here's the unisex bathroom. And then there's the back door, and that's the whole store. Here's the end product. Like I said, we're not gonna mess with the garage in the back until we situate the yellow building, because I don't know if I want to give that to the blue building or if I want to give it to the yellow building. But we'll figure that out in the next video. So here we are entering the apartment. Kind of feels a little dangerous having those chairs right next to the stairs. But, you know, I feel like with that baby gate, you know, it looks really nice. And I love the fact that when I went through these rooms, that the sun was going down over the garage, because it gave it like such a nice extra lighting that I appreciated, especially in this room, because it's like, look at it, it looks so pretty. I love that stargazing wallpaper. And here's the bathroom. I just added some washer and dryer hookups. There's not really much I can do in the bathroom. Here's the living room area. I was gonna show you that that little side study thing, but I decided to do the kitchen first. Just added some paintings as well as replaced some of the cabinets. Here's the living room area. There's a little study corner, and here's the kids' bedroom, which I decided to turn off the lights because they're grounded right now. They did something naughty. They pushed the dog down the stairs, and now they're punished. They don't get lights. We took the cord. Now we go over into the store part, and as you can see, the shelves are completely stocked. I wanted to figure out how to do scratch tickets, but I was like, you know, that's not really something that I could really do in Minecraft, so just pretend that there's a bunch of scratch tickets behind the shelves, behind the desk. And here's the basement with the oil tank as well as the furnace in the corner. And thank you guys so much for watching the past, present, and future. Here we are just checking out the bathroom, the management. I didn't do anything inside because I felt like they were pretty much set. And there's the back loading dock bay. Indeed. Like that saying said, I hope you have a great day today in the past, present, and future, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.